We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Satarro Purnell, she's a national speaker who is known as the Corporate DNA Strategist.
Yes.
Great title. So let's talk about that. What is a corporate DNA strategist?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Tony, for having me here. I tell you, well, think about it. You know, at a corporate level, the DNA, I mean, it should look like the head. If you're thinking about an organizational chart, at the top of that chart in any type of corporation, it's the leader, it's the head. And so if you're thinking about DNA, everything that starts at the head, the boxes below there, it should resemble what the leader's values and what their culture is in that building, whether if it's for a pastor, whether if it's for a CEO or even a manager.
So these leaders, this is a great topic. So leadership is always where things tend to break down, and I also believe in the full accountability goes uphill.
Absolutely.
Most people like to do the blame game. Maybe you can give some advice to someone that might be listening to indicators that they're not such a good leader.
Yeah. Well, you know, that is a great question. Well, one thing about a leader is that they have to be able to listen. They have to be able to talk with whomever, whatever point they want to get across. And what I found is that a lot of leaders, they don't really listen. You know, when they're supposed to have the conversations, when they're, thinking, well, it's not my way or the highway. It's whatever point I'm going to get across. And if someone really wants someone to do or do something in a certain way, they really should hear. They really should hear and understand them. And a lot of times that's not what's happening out there. And so then you'll have a struggling leader. They don't understand what that individual is getting across.
So there's a lot of companies out there that struggle with their branding, and that's where your expertise comes in positioning and branding. Maybe you can give some tips on a small business owner that might be listening on how to improve their brand.
Absolutely. You know, the thing is that when we're talking about branding, you got to have the right person in that position. And, with the, with them being in that position, if I'm a bubbly person, but yet you have me in the back room, in a call center, so to speak. Let me say that. If I was in a call center, but I'm a bubbly person, and instead of it being a quiet place, and I'm asking you, oh, I like your jacket, and I like this, and I'm out of position. I can't brand the company that way, and vice versa. I'm sure we've all have seen people going into a building, a school building or what have you, or a corporation, and that person greets you at the front desk, but they don't greet you with a smile.
Yeah, it's tough.
They don't. Yeah, it's very tough, and but yet they're good, and so you got to be able to talk with the right people.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing all this information, Satarro. So if people wanted to work with you or find you online, what's the best way for them to do so?
Oh, yeah. You can reach me out on Facebook, Satarro, Satarro, Satarro O'Neill, like Shaquille O'Neal, Satarro O'Neill Purnell.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.